Ladies and gentlemen, true character isn't revealed in grand gestures, but in the quiet, unspoken choices we make when no one is watching. We often hear that character is what we do when no one is watching. But have you ever wondered how to truly see the essence of a person? Life offers subtle clues, and if we pay attention, we can uncover someone's genuine self through 5 distinct behaviors. Adversity is often referred to as life's greatest teacher. It has a way of peeling back the layers we so carefully construct to reveal the truest version of ourselves. When life gets tough, when the stakes are high, and when the odds seem insurmountable, that is when character is most vividly displayed. In those moments of struggle, who we truly are rises to the surface, unfiltered and raw. Think about a time when someone around you faced a significant challenge. Perhaps they lost a job, experienced a personal failure, or were caught in the whirlwind of a crisis. What stood out most about them? Was it their calm resolve, their ability to find solutions, or their willingness to shoulder responsibility? Or was it blame shifting, anger, or a retreat into silence? Adversity magnifies the traits that define a person's core. It doesn't create weakness or strength. It reveals what was already there. People with integrity approach difficulty differently. They don't shy away from responsibility even when it's uncomfortable. They own their mistakes, not because it's easy, but because they understand that growth is rooted in accountability. Their words align with their actions, even when following through is inconvenient or painful. They are steady, not because they feel no fear, but because they are willing to confront it head on. On the other hand, there are those whose true colors show through in less admirable ways. They might lash out, blame others, or abandon their commitments. It's not because adversity is unfair to them, it's because challenges act as a mirror, reflecting the inner workings of their character. The way someone treats others during a personal struggle is equally telling. Do they extend kindness and grace, or does their own frustration lead to cruelty? These responses are windows into the depth of their compassion and self-awareness, and they look the other way too. I mean, we are truly looking. Adversity also has a way of testing resilience. It asks, what will you do when the easy way out presents itself? Will they cut corners to avoid the discomfort of persistence, or will they stay the course even when the road feels endlessly uphill? Resilient people don't just endure challenges. They adapt, they learn, and they carry the lessons forward. Their character isn't defined by a single moment of perseverance, but by a pattern of rising after every fall. And here's the thing. Adversity doesn't announce itself in grand, dramatic ways. Sometimes it's the quiet battles that reveal the most. It's the person who keeps showing up after rejection, the parent who sacrifices silently, or the friend who chooses honesty over easy comfort. These moments may seem small, but they are where integrity is forged. Every one of us will face adversity. It's an inevitable part of life. But how we respond defines the legacy we leave behind. So when you seek to understand someone's character, don't just watch how they act when things are going well. Pay attention to how they carry themselves when the weight of the world seems to press hardest on their shoulders. We often hear that character is what we do when no one is watching. But have you ever wondered how to truly see the essence of a person? Life offers subtle clues, and if we pay attention, we can uncover someone's genuine self through 5 distinct behaviors. First, adversity is the ultimate test of character. How someone navigates life's storms reveals their core values. Do they crumble under pressure, or do they rise with resilience? Observe their words and actions during tough times, as these moments strip away the pretense and show what lies beneath. Second, watch how they handle power and authority. Power has an uncanny way of amplifying a person's true nature. When someone is given control, it's not just their ability to lead that becomes evident, but also their capacity for empathy, fairness, and humility. Do they use their influence to elevate others, or do they wield it as a tool to suppress? The treatment of those who are perceived as less powerful is especially telling. It's easy to show kindness and respect to peers or superiors, but how a person interacts with subordinates, service staff, or anyone in a vulnerable position reveals whether they lead with compassion or ego. True power does not diminish others. Instead, it uplifts and creates a sense of belonging. Consider the leaders who create spaces where others feel valued, where ideas are nurtured rather than dismissed. These are the individuals who understand that authority is a privilege, not a weapon. They are aware of the ripple effect their actions have and strive to leave a legacy of fairness and dignity. On the other hand, there are those who allow power to corrupt their intentions. Their decisions often become self-serving, their tone more dismissive, and their actions driven by dominance rather than collaboration. They might mask this behavior with charm or strategic gestures, but their lack of respect for those they perceive as weaker will eventually surface in the smallest of interactions. Let me be clear. In moments of observation, pay attention to how they speak to the person who brings them coffee, the employee struggling to meet deadlines, or the individual asking for help. Are their words harsh, dismissive, or belittling? Or are they patient, understanding, and encouraging? These nuances may seem minor, but they reveal an undeniable truth about the kind of leader they are. Power has the potential to either highlight the beauty of one's character or expose its flaws. It doesn't change who someone is. It magnifies what was already there. So to truly understand someone's essence, observe what they do when they hold the reins. That is where their real character resides. Honesty in small actions is one of the most telling indicators of true character. These seemingly insignificant moments, often overlooked or deemed unimportant, carry an extraordinary weight in understanding someone's integrity. They serve as windows into a person's values and priorities, revealing what they stand for, even when the stakes seem low. Consider the simple act of keeping promises. A commitment, no matter how minor, holds a silent agreement between individuals. Whether it's promising to call back, showing up on time, or completing a task as agreed, these actions reflect a person's reliability. When someone consistently honors their word, they demonstrate respect for the trust placed in them. Conversely, breaking these small promises, even without immediate consequences, signals a lack of regard for others' time and expectations. Similarly, punctuality is another seemingly trivial act that speaks volumes. Arriving on time shows a deeper understanding of respect. not just for the schedule, but for the people involved. It's not about perfection. It's about the effort to prioritize and value shared commitments. Chronic lateness, when unacknowledged, can indicate a self-centered mindset, subtly suggesting that one's time holds greater value than another's. Small acts of truth-telling also offer profound insights into character. For instance, how often do people choose honesty when faced with the opportunity to tell a harmless white lie? Imagine a scenario where it's easy to misrepresent facts, to avoid discomfort or gain an advantage. It's tempting, isn't it? But those who choose to stay truthful in these moments show a strength that goes beyond convenience. They understand that integrity isn't conditional. It's a principle that guides every choice, no matter how inconsequential it may seem. Another aspect to notice is how someone behaves when they think no one is paying attention. For example, do they pick up litter on a shared desk or leave it for someone else? Do they thank the person cleaning their workspace or pass them by without acknowledgement? These moments, unnoticed by most, are where authenticity thrives. They reveal the fundamental values of kindness, awareness, and accountability. How would you know? Even their reaction to small failures or mistakes can be revealing. Do they take responsibility, no matter how minor the error, or do they deflect blame? Accountability in small matters is a practice that extends into more significant areas of life. A person who can admit their shortcomings, even when it's inconvenient, exhibits humility and a commitment to growth. Finally, consider the consistency of these behaviors over time. Anyone can make an effort to appear honest or reliable once, but it's the repetition of these small acts that solidifies them as core elements of character. It's easy to overlook these actions in a world that often prioritizes grand gestures and dramatic transformations. Yet it is these quiet, everyday decisions that define who we are at the deepest level. By paying attention to these small moments, we gain a clearer understanding of someone's character. It's not in the bold declarations or the spotlighted achievements, but in these quiet, honest actions that true integrity is found. Handling praise and criticism is one of the most profound windows into a person's character. These two opposites often bring out traits that might otherwise remain hidden. Praise can elevate us, making us feel appreciated, but it can also inflate egos, revealing tendencies toward arrogance or entitlement. Criticism, on the other hand, tests patience, humility, and openness, showing whether someone is willing to grow or feels threatened by opposing perspectives. When someone receives praise, their response can tell you how grounded they are. A person with true character acknowledges the recognition with gratitude and often redirects the spotlight to the team, the process, or the factors that contributed to their success. They understand that accomplishments rarely happen in isolation. However, if praise leads to a display of superiority or entitlement, it becomes clear they may rely too heavily on external validation to define their self-worth. True strength lies in balancing pride in one's achievements with humility, avoiding the need to diminish others in the process. Criticism, on the other hand, is a mirror that reflects a person's relationship with vulnerability. When faced with feedback, whether constructive or harsh, do they listen and reflect, or do they react defensively? The ability to process criticism without taking it personally is a marker of emotional maturity. People who see criticism as an opportunity for growth are more likely to embrace a mindset of learning and self-improvement. In contrast, dismissive or combative responses often stem from insecurity, revealing a fragility beneath the surface confidence. Equally telling is the way someone delivers criticism to others. It's easy to hide behind harsh words or use critique as a weapon. A person with strong character approaches these conversations with care and respect, recognizing the humanity of the other person. They focus on solutions rather than assigning blame, knowing that their tone and intent can shape the other person's willingness to improve. Praise and criticism are also opportunities for connection. Genuine leaders and individuals with strong character use moments of praise to inspire others, building confidence and encouraging further growth. Similarly, they handle criticism with empathy, ensuring their words are constructive and not discouraging. These behaviors create environments of trust and respect, further amplifying the authenticity of their character. True character lies in the balance, neither overindulging in praise nor being crushed by criticism. It's the ability to hold success lightly without letting it define or consume you, and to approach shortcomings with curiosity rather than shame. In these moments of interaction, we see the raw edges of someone's personality, their capacity for empathy, humility, and resilience. When we observe how someone navigates these experiences, we are not just watching their reactions. We are witnessing their values, their emotional intelligence, and their willingness to evolve. These moments are not just about words, but about choices. Choices that reveal what truly lies at the heart of who they are. We often hear that character is what we do when no one is watching, but have you ever wondered how to truly see the essence of a person? Life offers subtle clues, and if we pay attention, we can uncover someone's genuine self through 5 distinct behaviors. First, adversity is the ultimate test of character. How someone navigates life's storms reveals their core values. Do they crumble under pressure, or do they rise with resilience? Observe their words and actions during tough times, as these moments strip away the pretense and show what lies beneath. Second, watch how they handle power and authority. Fifth, perhaps the most telling sign of a person's character is their kindness without expectation of gain. It's easy to be considerate when there's something to gain in return, a promotion, approval, or even just a compliment. But true character is revealed when someone shows compassion, generosity, or care without the faintest expectation of acknowledgement or reward. Look closely at how they treat people who can do nothing for them. Are they as respectful and kind to the server at a restaurant as they are to a potential business partner? Do they extend empathy to someone struggling, even when it's inconvenient? These moments are the true mirrors of authenticity. People who are kind without expectation understand that humanity is not transactional. They see the dignity in every person, regardless of status, background, or circumstance. Their kindness doesn't hinge on the recipient's ability to reciprocate. It flows from a belief in shared humanity. This is not kindness for show, nor is it about cultivating a public image of generosity. It's about seeing another person's needs and responding even when no one is around to witness or applaud. Kindness, in its purest form, can be small and quiet. It's holding the door for someone even when you're in a rush. It's giving someone your time, your full attention, even when you feel stretched thin. It's listening without interrupting, sharing a smile on a gloomy day, or offering a genuine compliment to a stranger. These acts may seem minor, but they have a profound way of revealing the heart behind them. The absence of ulterior motives in such actions creates a profound trustworthiness in a person. You begin to see that their values are not based on outcomes, but on principles they truly live by. This kind of behavior creates ripples. When someone shows consistent kindness without seeking gain, it inspires those around them to do the same. It becomes a quiet revolution of compassion, reminding us all that integrity is a daily choice, not a grand gesture. It demonstrates that the real measure of a person is not in how they treat those they admire, but in how they uplift those they may never see again. When you encounter someone who exhibits this level of genuine care, you're witnessing something rare. These are the individuals who understand that true wealth isn't measured in possessions or accolades, but in the positive impact they leave on others. They understand that kindness is not just about changing someone else's day. It's about shaping a legacy of authenticity and love. In the end, the true measure of a person's character is not found in their words or the image they project, but in the small, consistent actions they take when no one is watching. Adversity, power, honesty, their response to feedback, and kindness without gain all serve as windows into their authenticity. These behaviors, subtle as they may be, reveal a person's values and integrity far more than any grand declaration or performance. If we learn to pay attention to these moments, not only can we better understand those around us, but we can also reflect on our own actions and strive to embody the character we admire in others. True character isn't about being perfect. It's about being real, being kind, and being true.